Hi, I'm Kogi. This is my friend Mick over here. We have done a collaboration in a video. This is our OO project. This is the third week of OO project, and this is our progress video in which we are showing you some objects we have created. These objects will have some functionality, of course. The carrot will give you some help. The coin will be collected and be stolen from you at a point in this game to show some local context. Huh? So,
Clever.
so Mike, you want to say something?
So the thing about these carrots, this is there's a logic behind why we put this carrot in this game. So basically, you see our main hero is Daredevil. He is a blind man. So you know that carrot is very good for health. Health. That's how you speak in my fake accent. So the carrot is for the health, not that for health, but for the vision itself. If our character eats enough of the carrots, he gets his vision back, which is never, because you can never eat enough carrots.
So enough with this creepy accent. Um,
12 seconds later.
so for the progress of this week, we have made 4 objects, which is a orb, a coin, a carrot, and a box. The box will be composing these orbs. Okay, and it can also contain coins, carrots, or other objects. The orb will be responsible to increase our health, and the carrot will also increase a slight health. So, so how these objects are made throughout this level? We have taken random numbers and we have placed it throughout the x coordinate of the width of this level. There's a problem why this orb is moving with the player, because we haven't calibrated it with the background. So my friend Fezan will continue with the progress of his project. And also these boxes are made with the help of SDL Direct. So now I'll be switching over to Fezan's project so that he can show his progress in this week. Let me find
I'm sorry for his incompetence.
Okay,
I did not sign up for this.
let me go this one. Okay. We will have to wait his okay. No, ये हो गया बेटा ये. चलो रन कर दो रन कर.
Hi, so this is my progress video for this week, and just in case you're wondering why I'm using this Windows background is because I think Windows is the best operating system, but that is just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me, but if you don't, that means you're wrong. So these are the 4 different kind of enemies that will be appearing throughout the game. The second one is the boss, which will appear at the end of the level. So all of them will show different behavior. So they have different attacking mechanisms. These are the behaviors. These are their attacking behaviors. The first one will. So there are some bugs with that sword guy animations. We will be fixing that later on. And this boss, no, he's not trying to catch flies. This is his knife throwing animation, which we will be working on more. So that's it for now.
Hello and Assalamu alaikum. My name is Yusuf Moizeli. So this week I have mainly worked on perfecting the background of our game. So let me go ahead and show you. So our background consists of 2 parts. First, this is the back part, which consists of the mountains, and this is the front part, which consists of the images. So what I tried to do was move the background with a smaller velocity, then the front background to create some sort of parallax effect. I succeeded somewhat in that. Show you. So you can see that the buildings are moving at a faster velocity than the background, the mountains. The other part that I worked on this week is to perfect the animations of our player. So as you can see, the kick is now much smoother than it was last week. The punch much better than it was last week. So the jump, it's a bit faster, but slow it down. So that's all for this week. Thank you.
3:28 a.m.
Hello everyone, this is Shahzeeb Sheikh and this is progress video number 3 of our object-oriented programming project. Our game is called Daredevil, as you guys already know. So what I did this week is that I created all the screens, which includes the menu screen, the game over screen, the splash screen, and the pause screen. The thing is that splash screen is still under progress. The reason is that although the splash screen is the easiest one of them all for other people, I actually wanted to play a video in my splash screen, and it turns out that SGL does not actually supports the playing of videos, so I'm still trying to figure that one out. Other than that, all the other 3 screens are ready and ready to be implemented. So here is my menu screen code. It just sort of checks the collision detection. There's also a button function that I have made. It's called on button. Here it is. What it does is that it checks whether the cursor is over this text, and then it checks whether the text is continue or whatever the button is saying, and then it carries out that condition. So, and after that I've implemented this small series of conditions. It checks which screen is currently on. Right now I've turned main menu as true, so main menu screen will render. Here we go. So here is my main menu screen. Another thing that I wanted to tell you is that I've still not figured out how to change the color of these buttons, which are the states, so I'm still trying to work that one out. But these buttons are still working. So currently in the load game button, I've called the game over screen just for debugging purposes. So when I press this load game, the game over screen appears, and when I click over here, the game is played again. But I haven't yet integrated my game with the person who's making the game class, so it won't work. But the exit button is still working. Okay, so that was it. I've also made
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.